Many of the world's busiest cities have been deserted for the past couple of months because of the coronavirus pandemic. As traffic has cleared from streets, factories have stopped working, and flights have been grounded, the demand for oil has plunged. And that's driven Saudi Aramco's profits down 25% in the first quarter to $16.6 billion.
The COVID 19 crisis is unlike anything the world has experienced in recent history. We retain significant flexibility to further adjust expenditures in response to the disruption caused by the coronavirus on both economic activity and energy demand.
The squeeze on its bottom line has forced the state oil company to re-evaluate plans to buy 70% of state-owned petrochemical maker SABIC. But it's still doling out $18.8 billion in dividends to investors. That means it's on track to meet its commitment of paying back $75 billion to shareholders this year. But keeping this promise will likely get harder. That's as the impact of the COVID-19 lockdowns becomes more severe in the second quarter. A price war with Russia also broke out after the OPEC Plus alliance failed to reach an agreement on cutting output in March. It drove oil prices down to historic lows at a time when there's a global supply glut. While many countries are now resuming business, economic activity is nowhere near pre-pandemic levels, and analysts don't expect a significant increase in oil prices soon.
How do we get out of this storage mess that we're in? And what has to happen is demand for crude has to pick up. Well, demand for crude in the US is not going to pick up until we start seeing people driving and flying. So we're going to be in this big oversupply situation for many months ahead, unfortunately.
As Saudi Arabia adjusts to a new normal of low oil prices, it's hiking taxes and cutting infrastructure spending, putting the brakes on its Vision 2030 development plan. Mubin Nasir, TRT World.
Well, for more on this, economist and energy analyst Cornelia Meyer joins us now from London. She's the chairwoman and CEO of Meyer Resources. Welcome to the program, Cornelia. So Saudi Aramco, as we know, it has the cheapest oil production costs in the world, but even that wasn't enough to stop the company from having its profits plunge by a quarter in the first quarter. How will that impact the world's most profitable company? Can it still turn a profit as global oil demand is in this depressed state?
Yes, it still has turned a profit of 16 plus billion, and it will still turn a profit, but it does adjust. I mean, it has reduced capex by 25% in March, and Amin Nasser, the CEO, said they're keeping close tabs on expenditure. It is on track to pay the $75 billion, as you said in your report, the $75 billion worth of dividends this year, which is important for two reasons. The state of Saudi Arabia owns 98.5% of the company. So these are important revenues for the budget, one. And secondly, it has just listed. It had an IPO in January, so it's important to show to investors that it's keeping its promise.
We know Saudi Aramco is Saudi Arabia's biggest revenue raiser, so it's no wonder that the kingdom has looked to really prop up oil prices by announcing a further 1 million barrel per day cut to output, which it revealed on Monday. What impact will that have on prices? Will it have the desired effect?
Well, I think we've already seen a slight start of rebalancing. We had the 9.7 million barrels a day deal that went out amongst OPEC plus OPEC and their 10 allies led by Russia, which was supported also by the G20. We have seen US production come down markedly by as much as about 1.7 million barrels a day. So everybody is reducing. Some of of them by explicit cuts, and others because there's no storage. It's tank top. The oil has nowhere to go. So we see the situation getting a bit better. The last 2 weeks, we've seen a rally of the oil price. Brent is again above $30 a barrel. So yes, it's easing, but it's going to be a long time until we're back to normal.
It sure will. Now, we know part of the process of getting those prices back up is more and more countries reopening their economies after weeks of lockdown, which have really led to this collapse in crude demand around the world. How quickly do you see oil demand picking up?
I don't see it picking up that quickly. What we really need is for supply chains to function again, for people to ship things around, for especially in the US, people to go to work, because in the US, people go to work with their cars, and for air travel to resume. And if you speak to any of the airlines, they say air travel will not be back up at its pre-pandemic levels until the end of 2013. So yes, it will be a slow and steady road. But cutting by as much as 9.7 million barrels a day. Now Saudi cutting another million barrels, the UAE cutting 100,000, Kuwait cutting 80,000. So that's then 10.7, 11 million barrels a day that are being taken out of production. That will help.
Okay, Cornelia Meyer from Meyer Resources in London. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope to speak to you again.